Three, two, one. Welcome back to the Football Don't Lie podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be doing our mock draft. Finally, the draft is tomorrow. Very excited. We're going to do a rotation mock draft. Tejas has the first pick. Hudson has the second. I have the third. Full first round. But we'll also give our opinions. I have trades. They don't have trades, but we'll figure it out. It's all good. So without further ado, Tejas, who is your number one pick?
I think this is pretty clear who the Panthers are going to take. So,
as a Panthers fan,
I wanted CJ Stroud, but the more that I look at tape, more that I watch Bryce Young just pop off the screen. And here's the thing: Bryce Young is probably the best quarterback in the draft, but you will need to surround him with protection. And Carolina has the O-line to do it, so we're taking Bryce Young first overall.
Well, this is probably going to shake up the draft because really nobody knows what Houston's doing anymore. It's whether it's going to be Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, Will Levis is now jumping up the boards, or if it's like a defensive player. But I have them taking CJ Stroud. I think it's way too risky to try and draft a defensive player when you still have that 12th overall pick. And when you have a guy like CJ Stroud at second overall on the board, I don't think you want to risk giving that talent away, especially not only to any other team, but it'd be to the Colts, which you have to face him twice a year. I think it'd be too risky. And I love guys like Tyree Wilson and Will Anderson, but I think when you have CJ Stroud on the board, I think you have to jump on that.
I agree.
We all have Bryce Young at one, right? Obviously.
Yeah, we all have Bryce Young at one.
I don't have CJ Stroud at two, and
that's surprising.
I'm not a fan of CJ Stroud. I think there's a QB that's better than him in this draft, and y'all know who I think it is. But I think that the Texans have another pick at 12, which I used to trade up if a QB falls, and I think the QB that I have, I believe, is better than CJ Stroud to the Texans. So I think the Texans will walk away in my mock draft as winners because I haven't taken Will Anderson at 2. I think he's the best player in the draft pretty easily. And I think that D'Amico Ryans, being a defensive guy from San Francisco, I would put it past him to take an edge rusher, the best player in the draft at 2.
Here's my concern. I actually don't have a problem with them taking Will Anderson at 2. My only issue is that if they go down to 12 and all of a sudden guys like Anthony Richardson, Will Levis aren't on the board, then they're cooked. So
I have him making a trade up from 12 to take the QB.
Okay, that could also happen, but here's the thing: you don't want to give up more assets. You're a rebuilding team. You can't do it. You have a pick at 2, take it. So,
yeah, but think about it. You end up with Will Anderson and the QB of your choice. I mean,
true, but you have to give up more assets back. So you could still get a very good defensive player at 12. Like, I know they're wrong with getting,
Yeah, but Will Anderson is the best player in the draft, in my opinion. That's why I haven't gone to there.
He is the best player in the draft. I will give you that. So, again, it depends on what your preference is. If the Texans really want a quarterback, they'll take CJ Stroud at the second slot. I think that's what they'll do.
All right, at 3, at 3 in my mock draft, I had CJ Stroud going to the Colts. So, because I have the Colts trading up to 3. So we're going to just stick with the Cardinals at 3, and we'll have them taking Will Anderson, the best player in the draft, like I said. And I think that, I think that this is a very good fit, obviously. He's been mocked to them for a while now. So I think it's a no-brainer that they got to take.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, best defensive player in the draft. So, I mean, you can make the case Tyree Wilson might be better. But
that's the same thing that they did with Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson. Same thing they did last year.
Will Anderson's college career just shows off, so he will get taken third.
I just want to throw out there in the middle of this discussion is that I have Tyree Wilson going number 3. I have the Cardinals taking Tyree Wilson at number 3. I can probably make the case more that Will Anderson is better. But I think for the Cardinals and with Jonathan, with their head coach Gannon coming from Philly, I think that they're going to want the more athletic Tyree Wilson. He can't do more than Will Anderson can, but I think just his athleticism is going to bring more to the table for Arizona and his versatility on defense. It could really go either way. It wouldn't be a shock if Will Anderson goes 3 to Arizona, but in this mock, I'm going to have them taking Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a preference between either one. So if the Cardinals take either one, good for them. Because honestly, the Cardinals can easily be winners of this draft if the Texans go with a quarterback at 2.
That's true.
You're a 4.
So I have the Colts at 4. Yeah. So I think this is going to be surprising in your eyes. I think the Colts go prototypical. They've always done this for years. I think they go Will Levis here at 4. And I want Anthony Richardson to be picked high because he's an athletic freak, but I think teams are seeing that he has too many, flaws. And so, I think the Colts will take Will Levis here.
Damn. You'll be surprised with me and Hudson at Will Levis.
Yeah. I actually have Anthony Richardson going 4, but I like, again, same with number 3. It wouldn't be a shock. I wouldn't be like surprised at all. I think it's probably more likely actually going to happen that they do take Will Levis. It's just something that the Colts have always done, even throughout their history, where they take big white quarterbacks. So I think Will Levis there's a huge range where he could go now with all these draft things. He could be going from number 2 to number 19. I mean, nobody really knows, but like I said, I have Anthony Richardson going 4 to the Colts. I think his ceiling is just unmatched.
Yeah. Will Levis is a bust to me.
He is. I think he's not that good either. But knowing what the Colts and who their franchise has as their owner, they will take Will Levis. I
had the Colts taking CJ Stroud because he fell. And I had this pick going to the Cardinals because I had the Colts and Cardinals trading. I had the Cardinals taking Tyree Wilson because Will Anderson was taken. So Hudson, you're a 5 with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Well, because I had Tyree Wilson going 3 overall, I have Will Anderson being available at 5. I'm going to assume that the Seahawks are going to be taking the defensive player, whether it's Tyree Wilson, Will Anderson, or Jalen Carter. It's got to be one of those 3 guys. Maybe a corner could be sprinkled in there by any chance, but I think if they take a quarterback here, it'd be a mistake. Even if it's one of the top guys, I just don't expect it, especially after the extension that Geno got.
Here's the thing with me for the Seahawks. If Geno doesn't play well and they have a bad season, Caleb Williams is right there next year. I mean, so it's okay. Like, you can wait.
They won't be that bad though.
They won't be that bad, but in the case that Geno doesn't perform well, they can always trade up and go get Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I see. But who do you have, Hudson?
I've the Seahawks taking Will Anderson.
I had the Seahawks taking who I'm about to take for the Lions, because he took Will Anderson. So, So as a Lions fan, I'd be ecstatic if we were in this position. It's between 2 players for me. That's my I have 2 players on my wish list. One of them is Will Anderson. The second player is this guy. I have Jalen Carter going at 6.
I think that's the consensus in my opinion. I think we all, because I have a feeling Tyree Wilson and Will Anderson are going to go 3, 5, wherever in the top 5. But I think Jalen Carter is the unanimous pick at 6.
Yeah. Since I had Will Anderson going at 2, that pushed Tyree Wilson up, and I also pushed Jalen Carter up. So I had to go with Devin Witherspoon in my mock draft for the Lions because none of the defensive tackles or edges were available.
Okay, then at 7, the Raiders could easily take Anthony Richardson in my mock, but I had them taking Christian Gonzalez because they just signed Jimmy Garoppolo. So I
don't want to. From a Schefter report that he just posted, he said, while Houston hasn't received much trade action so far for the number 2 pick, the Texans have explored moving off their first round pick in number 12. Texans have been making calls about moving back and also moving up. So there could be action with number 12.
That's what I had in my mock. And I also had I had Christian Gonzalez going to the Raiders in my mock draft.
Yeah. I think
I do
this
too.
is another consensus pick. Yeah. All right, Hudson, you're up for 8.
All right. For number 8, the Falcons this is kind of where it got extremely tough because the Falcons have not a ton of needs, but running back isn't a huge need, but Bijan Robinson was a very rumored guy for Atlanta. But in the end, I have them taking Peter Skoronski. I think they just want to build up and protect that O-line. Whoever's going to be quarterback, whether it's going to be Desmond Ridder, it will be for this season, but I think we all know that they're eyeing that guy named Caleb Williams next season in the draft. So I think they just want to patch up that O-line, get it ready for whatever quarterback they're going to have. And like I said, just protect their quarterback in the future.
I agree. I had the same pick as well. So
This is where I had the Texans trading up and taking Anthony Richardson from 12 to 8. I had the Falcons trading down. So at 9, who's at 9? The Bears, right?
Chicago.
Well, you took Peter Skoronski. I'm going to take another offensive lineman. I'm going to take Paris Johnson Jr.
Yeah.
I agree with that too. I think they take Paris Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, he was 9 in my mock draft as well. So I think this is it. This is kind of a consensus, to be honest with me.
Yeah. Hudson, you mentioned Bijan Robinson. It has been clamoring for the Eagles to take him, and I think the Eagles will take him at 10. He's a generational type halfback. He'll fit perfectly. Good O-line in Philadelphia. He'll fit in really good. They just got rid of Miles Sanders. They just let him walk. So this is a perfect fill-in. So.
And I really think that I told you before we started talking, like I really think that Bijan Robinson could end up in Philly, especially because he just said the quarterback that he'd want to play with the most is Jalen Hurts. But in my mock, I have them taking Devon Witherspoon. I think they just want to build up that defense after losing a ton of pieces. But I feel like just staring at this pick, I think it makes most sense for Bijan Robinson to be taken. I feel like Philadelphia is a team to move down in this draft, especially because coming off of a Super Bowl appearance, they really don't need a top 10 pick, and they could potentially make a move for another star player at the number 10 spot. But we'll see what they do. I think Bijan Robinson, nobody would be surprised if he ended up in Philadelphia.
That's what I had him trading down.
Yeah,
I had him trading down. But Bijan at 10 is nice. Hudson, you're at 11 now with the Titans.
The Titans have a ton of holes on their team. I have them taking Jackson Smith-Jigba, though. This could be a potential landing spot for Will Levis. But the thing is that with first-year GM, what's it, Ron Catherine, I think it is, or Rand Catherine, I don't think the first move you want to make as a GM is drafting a quarterback with your, somewhat early to mid first-round pick when your number 1 receiver is Treylon Burks and Derrick Henry is about to be aging. He could potentially even be traded tomorrow night for all we know. Probably one of the worst, if not the worst offensive line in the league. I don't think that you want to have a rookie quarterback who just came in from a bad offensive system in Kentucky last season into a team with.
He's already off the board. Will Levis was taken at 4.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm just saying hypothetically, if he was on the board, or even
I'm
even
saying
with,
I don't like that pick as Anthony Richardson's available.
Oh, okay.
I actually have the Titans taking Anthony Richardson in my mock at 11.
I didn't have him taking Anthony Richardson, but in this
I know
case,
what you mean.
I would rather take Anthony Richardson.
I guess if Anthony Richardson was hypothetically on the board here, I think it makes sense because he's probably by far the best quarterback.
He is on the board. That's what I'm saying.
He can make the most out of nothing. So it would make sense. For this mock and our thing, I'd probably take Anthony Richardson, but in mine, I do have Jackson Smith-Jigba.
If you had to, because both of them are available, so which one are you going with?
I'll go with Anthony Richardson.
Richardson, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take JSN at 12 with the Texans then. I'll pair him and Stroud back up.
Ooh.
They've been wanting to do that.
I had the Texans taking a defensive player here and going with Miles Murphy.
I have Miles Murphy a lot lower. I don't have him that high.
I think he's really good, but I had the Texans taking him at 12. And then at 13, I had the Packers taking Njigba. But since he's off on our consensus mock, I'll have the Packers taking Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison. Okay.
Mhm.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I had the Packers taking Dalton Kincaid.
I had the Packers taking Michael Meyer, another tight end.
Well, with the Patriots up, it's tough because there's a ton of different things this team could use. I think I'm gonna have them taking Joey Porter. I really wanted to say they could make a move for Bijan Robinson if he was
Hold on, Hudson. Devin Witherspoon is still available.
He is. Okay. I was looking at my mock. I was just thinking he was
Yeah.
already
So,
taken.
did I just share this consensus mock? 1 second.
Yeah, I do that.
Because I'm writing it down right now. So just give me 1 second.
Yeah, I've just been looking at mine. So
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I have the consensus mock pulled up, so I will share it right now with you guys. But yeah, Devin Witherspoon is still available.
yeah, so for the Patriots, I'll take him. They obviously lost just 3 years ago. They had Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson, losing both of them in the past couple of years. So yeah, 14 with the If Devin Witherspoon's still on the board, I'm gonna go with him to go into the Patriots.
Y'all can see this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the Patriots. If JSN was taken at 13 by the Packers, I had the Patriots taking Addison here. I think those are the two best receivers in the draft, in my opinion.
I think I had the Patriots taking I had the Patriots taking Joey Porter, like who Hudson had gone with before Witherspoon. If he's available, then yeah, shout out to Witherspoon for available. All right, 15. Am I 15?
Yeah, you're 15.
Who is 15? The Jets?
Yeah.
Well, you just took Addison. That was my pick for the Jets. But okay, because right now, like their receiver, the only receiver on their team that I like remotely trust is Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna go with my favorite receiver in the draft, Zay Flowers, at number 15.
Respectable pick. I had the Jets getting more protection and taking what's his name? Broderick Jones from Georgia.
Me too.
Just some more O-line protection. But I wouldn't mind them taking a receiver here either. And then at 16, I had the Commanders taking Witherspoon. But since he's off the board, I think I'll have them taking Deontay Banks out of Maryland.
Deontay Banks is in this one. All right, Hudson.
All right. In my mock, I had the Steelers at 17 taking Darnell Wright, but since the Jets and the Commanders ended up passing on Broderick Jones, I think I'm going to take him out of Georgia. He's just a unit. He's going to improve the O-line with whatever position he's at. And the Steelers had one of the worst offensive lines in the league last year. A receiver could be a possibility, but if like Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, if those guys are already taken before Pittsburgh, I think they're going to be totally fine settling with Broderick Jones.
I had Broderick Jones and Deontay Banks flipped, actually.
Yeah, so that could also be the Suhas, your boy is sitting right at 18. I know who you're going to take right here.
Who's my boy?
You were clamoring over him when we were doing the mock with Ip.
Nah, we're not going to take him then.
I think you will.
He's a DB, right? He's a DB.
He is a DB.
He is my boy, but I don't think we're going to take him. I think we're taking Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith. If Nolan Smith fell here, you would take him. But in my mock, I had them taking
Brian Branch.
Brian Branch.
Yeah, no, Brian Branch is my boy, but Nolan Smith is available, and like I just cannot.
Nolan Smith is available, so you take Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
In that case, with in my mock, I had Deontay Banks going to the Bucks, but since he's off the board, I'll have the Bucks taking Brian Branch.
Wait till you hear who me and Hudson had going to the Bucks.
No way. Hendon Hooker?
No.
We had Will Levis.
Yeah.
Will Levis at 19? Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Bro, Will Levis is not going at 4. I don't think he's going. He's not going to go at 19 either, but I don't think he's going to go at 4.
Here's the thing, bro. He could easily go 4. The
Bro, he's
Colts are
so bad, bro. If we
He's
can
so
sit up
bad,
here
but
and
the
see,
Colts. I don't think you understand. He's so bad, but the Colts are idiots, man. Like they are idiots.
yeah. If we can sit up here and see that like he's trash, like I don't know how they can't like see that, bro. Like they have like actual scouts and shit in their front office. Like,
Yeah.
All right.
Hudson, you're
We
up.
have word Seahawks at 20.
Seahawks are 20. Yeah, Hudson, you're up.
Brian Branch he was my pick for the Seahawks. I'm gonna pull him up right now. I didn't really want to take him in the first
Yo,
draft.
can I adjust my pick to Brian Branch because I forgot that we took Jalen Carter at 6. I was going off my mock draft where I had Devin Witherspoon. That's why I took Nolan Smith.
You can switch Nolan Smith and Brian Branch.
Okay. Yeah.
I told you that. I like I feel like the Lions are going to take Brian Branch. It's
No,
just
because
so
in my mock, we didn't take Jalen Carter, which is why here I took Nolan Smith. It's gonna be DB and edge like flipped, or DB and D tackle. So yeah, my bad. Nolan Smith. Oh, sorry, Seahawks. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Hudson?
I wanted to take Brian Branch for the Seahawks, but if he's not available, I had a guy in mind. I just forgot who it was. It was the center. I didn't want to take him, but Seattle was a big needed center. I think they may just want to patch up the O-line, especially after taking a stud at number 5. I don't think number 20 here is one of their biggest concerns.
you mean Osiris Torrance from Florida?
No, it's where he was just here. It's the center. It's like John Michael Smith.
John Michael Smith from Minnesota.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
have
it.
him in my fucking first round.
That's it.
Yeah, I did not have him going in my first round at all.
No. It's like it probably won't happen, but it's one of Seattle's needs, and I think if like one of their guys aren't on the board, I think they may just settle for him. It could be a potential trade back in this situation, but you know.
I actually had Seattle taking Quentin Johnson here. And hear me out.
Zay Flowers.
Here's my thing with Quentin Johnson. You have Metcalf already. You can put Tyler Lockett in the slot, and you need a dependable third guy because clearly you're not getting that production from the tight end position with Noah Fant. So you go get Quentin Johnson and put another guy in space to help the offense out and help Geno out.
I had them taking Zay Flowers. Obviously, he's gone. Chargers at 21. I'm gonna go with Miles Murphy.
I have the Chargers taking Darnell Wright here for more corner. I feel like that would be a solid pick.
I have the Chargers taking Zay Flowers. I think they just want to amp up the receiving room. No, there's no excuses for the Chargers this year.
They could.
None at all.
So I have 22 with the Ravens, right? So let's see.
I think this is a simple pick.
In my opinion, this is a simple pick. They go corner. I think they go corner. Their big receivers that they wanted are off the board, in my opinion. Because on our mock draft, based off of our mock draft, Njigba's gone, Addison's gone, Flowers is gone.
Quentin Johnson is still here.
Quentin Johnson in our mock, so I would have them taking Quentin Johnson. But in my mock, I had them taking
Corner.
I had them taking Joey Porter.
All right, so yeah. So which one are we going with?
Quentin Johnson. Porter's off the board anyways.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not? Then I'm having taking Joey Porter.
Yeah, Joey Porter's still on the board.
Joey Porter. They were so bad at the corner position last year.
They were, and they still locked us up.
All right, 23. We have the Jaguars.
Vikings.
I mean the Vikings. I'm tripping. Jaguars. All right, Hudson picking for Brian Flores.
There's only one name, Hudson. Say his name.
First of all, I'm going to start out. I'm not going to go in my mock here. I have Hendon Hooker. I'm not going to go with Hendon Hooker though. I'm going to be changing that.
What the fuck?
Because I know it's because the quarterbacks are gone. I think Minnesota could be looking at a quarterback. I don't think it'd be surprising if Hendon Hooker goes 20, but I forgot that Brian Flores is the new defensive coordinator for Minnesota. He's definitely going to make the front office take a defensive player. The question is whether it's edge or quarterback. I don't really know what it's going to be. I'm going to have them taking Lucas Van Ness.
That was my pick. That was my pick. That was my pick. That was my pick.
The Vikings are dumbasses, and I've heard so many talks about it. So I had them taking Cam Smith here. And I hate Cam Smith.
He's still ass.
Even though he went to USC, I hate Cam Smith. Bro got torched repeatedly over and over and over in every single game. All right. You have 24, Suas.
I'm going to go with Kalijah Kancey to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was my pick anyway.
Okay.
So one of my favorite prospects is still on the board, and I had him going to the Jaguars. I had Keely Ringo, so I'll have him go. I'll have him go to the Giants.
I think Keely Ringo's ass too.
I think Ringo's way better than Cam Smith.
Yeah, no. He's a lot better than Cam Smith for sure. But I don't think he's that good.
I think the Giants take Keely Ringo.
Keely Ringo, who are their corners?
The Giants don't have any corners.
Okay. I had him taking Quentin Johnston.
Also a possible pick. But then again, do you really want to run the Kenny Golladay experiment again? All right, you're up.
Am I up with Dallas?
26.
Yeah, you're up with Dallas.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure my guy is still there on my actual mock, and I think so. I'm gonna be taking Michael Mayer, whatever it is. One of the, I think he's not consensus number one conversation with Dalton Kincaid. But I think Dallas is gonna have to go tight end one offense at last to lose in the league, although it's not much for Johns need to fill in that tight end spot.
Solid pick.
Am I lagging or no? Hudson's
I think Hudson's the one that's lagging. Yeah.
Hudson was lagging.
I
27. The Bills, bro. Quentin Johnson is on the board. I don't think the Bills need a receiver, but I don't know how he's fallen this far. I mean, the Bills could take a receiver.
I think they take a receiver. I had them going Zay Flowers here.
See, I had him going with Will McDonald, who's an edge, but I mean, seeing that Quentin Johnson has fallen, I'm gonna go with Quentin Johnson.
That's solid pick. So then at 28, I had the Bengals taking Michael Mayer. But then I think they'll go with the other tight end. What's his face? The other really good tight end.
Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid, yeah, from Utah.
I had the Bengals going offensive line. Adam.
That's also a solid play. But I think they're going tight end to replace Hayden Hurst.
I had him going with Darnell Wright.
Yeah, Darnell Wright has fallen far. I had him
Darnell Wright is
he's
still on the board.
He's still.
I had Darnell. Hold on, I had Darnell Wright picked way ahead. Where did I have him? I had him at 21 at the Chargers.
I had him going 17th to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he should be taken by now.
Well, then you know what Jones is doing then.
Am I up for?
Yeah, you're up
for the Bengals.
For the Saints.
You're up for the Saints. Okay. I had them taking Kalijah Casey at first. But since he's off the board,
that's hilarious. I had Casey at 29 to the Saints.
I had Brian Bresee.
That's fair too.
I had the same position.
The whole second half of the first round is going to be all over the place. The Saints could go a ton of different ways. I'm going to have them going. I'll have them taking Darnold Wright.
Yeah.
Unless they want to, I mean, I don't know what their plan is with Trevor Penning after his miserable rookie season, but
yeah,
whatever. Well, they'll play.
You got with the Eagles, Suhas.
Yeah, I know. I had the Eagles taking Jahmyr before, but like we already took Bijan for them. So
I have them taking Foskey here.
who?
Foskey, Isaiah Foskey.
Oh, Isaiah Foskey.
Oh, the edge. Yeah.
Just looking at the picks that I have still available. I mean, I'm trying to see what else like they could use. Like
I think at this
I'm
point,
gonna go Will McDonald.
that's fair too. I was gonna say, I think if they end up taking Bijan or any running back at 10, or if there is a running back, it's gonna be Bijan. But I think if they do fill out that hole there, then at 30 they should be going Foskey or Will McDonald, one of the edges available.
Texans traded. I mean, Texans may trade 12. Yeah, I think you said that.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs taking Anton Harrison from Oklahoma.
That's who I had too. I had the Chiefs taking Anton Harrison too.
And I think that'll wrap it up. And the Dolphins don't have a pick, obviously.
Yeah.
So fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we wanted to do second round mock draft, we could throw that in there, but I think that'd be too much. So
Yeah. What do you think? What was the worst pick? I'm not gonna lie.
Will Levis. Whoever takes Will Levis is going to be the worst pick.
No. The worst pick in our mock draft. Or you think it's still Will Levis?
It's still Will Levis.
Will
And the
Levis-
Colts are gonna take him. Just watch. Like, you think I'm joking around? The Colts will actually take Will Levis. Just watch.
Will Levis, John Michael Smith Hudson. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that one was another.
it's only because I feel like Brian Branch is there. If Brian Branch is on the board, that'd be a dream pick for Seattle, in my opinion.
Yeah, but wait, what position is John Michael Smith? He's a center.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say you could just take Miles Murphy or someone like that.
Yeah.
All right, that'll wrap it up. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys think. We'll see you guys later as always. Peace.
All right.